follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome in. We are live in downtown Vegas. Circa Resort and Casino is a spot. Great night again in sports. October is as good as it gets. The Thursday night game, which we'll get to in 15 minutes. And we also have 2 Major League Baseball playoff games as well. And the first pitch in LA is coming up in a matter of minutes as they take on the Brewers in game number 3 of the National League Championship Series, Pauly. And this number at Circa anyway, Dodgers are $1.58. They are high as $1.70 on the screen from what I'm seeing right now.
$2 yesterday.
I know. So I think that
road angle and must-win angle.
Well, the game plan here now of Ashby's going to go, and then it's going to be Mizorowski from our understanding. And I think maybe that makes some sense then, right? Because that's the game. Are you rushing, or is the market rushing to bet the Brewers if it goes Ashby, Quintana, and then?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, exactly right after that.
Yeah, right. But the way this Dodger pitching staff has been going, and Glasnow was awesome against the Phillies, and he's been great going back here, although he's had some postseason struggles before the Philadelphia game. It's just, what's Milwaukee going to do at the dish? And to be shut down like this, and it's not just this series, it's what carried over after the game 2 against the Cubbies. So the last 5 games, 8 total runs. What happened? Fewest all season in a 5-game stretch, and they've lost 4 of those games. They also can't win on the road. They've lost 9 straight playoff games on the road, even though they were so good on the road in the regular season. So you got to get Yelich going. He's been bad. But then again, you only have 5 hits in this whole series. But Glasnow, great numbers, owns Yelich. And what he's done going back since his last 6 starts, 3-0 with a 1.84, I start there. And I got over 15.5 outs for Glasnow today.
Yeah, because there's also this, right? When you look at and all this talk about, my God, the bullpen for the Dodgers, and rightfully so, it's such an abomination that once the keys are handed over to that part of the team, then it's get the hell out of the way. They're going to blow these leads like they did all year long, right? Well, that hasn't been a problem because the starters have been going so many innings right now, and the starters have covered 52 2/3 innings in the playoffs. They've allowed runs in only 5 of those innings. 2 runs, 7th inning, wild card series game 1. 2 unearned runs in the first inning of wild card series game number 2. 3 runs in the second inning of game 1 NLDS. 3 runs in the 4th inning, game 3 NLDS. And then the solo home run to Jackson Cheerio, game 2 of the. That's it. Playoff long now, what we're talking about here with this team. So it's a carryover from the Reds into the Phillies and now into the Brewers. And now you have this combination of that, along with what you talked about with Milwaukee, and their bats have suddenly gone silent. Not a good combination here to come back and try to win this series when you're taking on this juggernaut who, and I get it, right? People are saying, yeah, the regular season, what did that mean to LA? Now it's postseason time and get the hell out of the way.
Yeah. I would fade Ohtani again in this horrible slump. Total bases under yet again. Pages as well. Go under with him. And I'd have to go Yelich under as well. What are your number? Now, he's 0 for his last 17. What are his numbers against Glasnow?
So Glasnow in his career against Christian Yelich. Yelich is 1 for 14, 7 Ks. I can expand on that, by the way. William Contreras against Glasnow, 0 for 9, 3 Ks. Cheerio, 1 for 7, 3 strikeouts. Andrew Vaughn, 0 for 5. These are all small sample sizes, but of the players I talked about, and maybe a guy or 2 more, they are 2 for 40 combined with 18 Ks in their career against him. I mean, if there's any sort of carryover with recent form and then career form against him, like it's curtains, man.
Yep. So the Dodgers are 7-1 in the playoffs, and Ohtani's 2 for 25 without an extra base hit going back during that stretch. He had the home run against the Reds to start.
I don't have a bet on this game.
So the slump that he's in as well. Okay.
You're thinking about Glasnow over?
Yeah. And I'd have to take the Dodgers too. It gets interesting with the shadows, and once we get to the second inning, if it's Glasnow against the kid, because then it's going to be phenomenal. And that's when I would get involved with the in-play. I think 8's too high. With the way how these games have played out so far, Game 2 was completely misleading. The damage was done late by the Dodgers. So you could look like both games could be 2-1.
So what the K prop on Ashby is available. He's 1.5. Yeah. It's heavily juiced to the under. Is he going to get more than 1 inning?
I think that's it.
I think it's going to be 1 and done, right?
Yeah.
So then, is he good enough to limit the Dodgers to 0 runs in that first inning? We're talking about Ohtani, Betts, Hernandez, Freeman.
Yeah.
If so, then they're going to go. All reports are going to go to Mizorowski. With those shadows baked in, with the Brewers' problems offensively, and Glasnow how he zoned them anyway, like a first 5 under.
Got that? Yep.
While the shadows are still lurking.
Yep.
That might be worth a play.
Could play out just like that game with Philadelphia when he made his last start as well. To me, the late game, Castillo over outs. He's been so good. Over 14.5 outs. Scherzer under. I mean, he's all over the place now. I've seen 9.5, 12.5, and 11.5. Now he's 11.5.
Well, I'd bet under 12.5 before I'd bet over 9.5, I think.
Okay, so his numbers have been bad. Plus that layoff with Scherzer. Didn't go last time he went was late September. Castillo, 4-0 with a 0.86 ERA his last 6. 1.40 ERA the last 5 playoff games. But the thing that has to give you pause here, though, is what's going on with these road teams. And the other thing, the success that the Blue Jays have had, not only from a win-loss standpoint, but what the bats are doing in this ballpark. They couldn't get anything going at home. Then they come here, and it's home run derby, what they did. Second time in history, a team went deep in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th inning. So they're 4-0 in Seattle, and they've outscored the Mariners 34-11.
Yeah.
So I would totally say over here. Castillo outs over and the game over. Because I don't think you can't trust Scherzer. And I don't think he's going to be around that long, and they'll have the bullpen ready to go behind him.
No, again, like the first inning numbers for Scherzer, you played the Yerfie last night, the run in the first inning. That got there because of Julio Rodriguez 2-run shot. By the way, when he hit that, they were feeling pretty good, weren't they?
I know, it was loud.
So was the crowd.
Yep.
And after that, it completely flipped. But in the first inning this year, Scherzer, 16 2/3, ERA 12.96. Opposing teams batted .407 with an OPS of 12.08. In his last 5 starts, Pauly, in the first inning alone, he allowed 17 runs.
Oh.
I think if you can find plus money on the Yerfie in that game, you probably got to take it as well, because I got news for you. I don't think the Blue Jays are not going to strike out a ton. I made the mistake.
Right.
I bet Kirby over last night. I'm done with the K-props going over, especially anything against Toronto.
You know what? That felt like a Kerry Wood moment where the Cubs lost the Bartman game, and Kerry Wood could have saved the season and saved the day, and he sucked. And afterwards, he goes, I apologize. I let the whole city down. I was awful. Mm-hmm. I felt a little bit that way about Kirby. They give you the early lead.
Right.
You got your 2 wins away from going to the World Series for the first time, and you were awful. And it was just home run derby, and look on his face like he was stunned.
Oh, he was seeing ghosts out there.
And I felt the same thing watching. Like that was, you let everyone down last night. That was just a horrible performance by Kirby.
Now, after that third inning, like the entire wind was completely sucked out of the entire place.
Yeah.
And now, like you said, this is such a monster game now for not Toronto.
That's right.
It is, but it's everything for Seattle.
Yep.
Everything for this team.
Yep.
And I would also look at betting Vlad to get a walk tonight at plus money.
Yep.
This is astonishing what he is doing right now. The overall numbers on Vladimir Guerrero, who had an 80.1% contact rate in the regular season. That's 92.5% in the postseason over 28 plate appearances. No player in the last 2 decades has made contact at this rate while hitting for this much power. The 92.5% contact rate translates to a .964 slugging. Of the players who have been in his category or tier of contact percentage, the highest slugging is Mike Lowell, 2007 at .608.
Mike Lowell, there you go.
Yeah, a Mike Lowell sighting. I used to love him in fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
But his slugging is 350 points higher than the next guy.
We just lost Mike Greenwell.
Oh, man.
I loved him.
So did I.
Greenwell, Burks in the outfield. I saw him in a doubleheader at Fenway. Man, that guy was good.
He was 62.
I know. That was great. Did you do anything with the college game?
I would take Tulsa plus 17.5, but I don't. Let me check here.
Get that. I see 16.5 at DK, but that's...
Yeah.
Yeah. I like East Carolina. They got a good team, but they almost beat Tulane, lost by 7. They were outgained 458 to 340 in that one. I know it was Zach Cohen who grabbed the 17.5 with Tulsa. Tulsa had the win against Oklahoma State, which, they're awful, so that got Gundy fired. But I just think that's way too much for East Carolina to be laying tonight.
So do I, because think about this for a second here.
Yeah.
Tulsa's last 3 opponents, Navy, Tulane, and Memphis. They've averaged more than 39 points per game against them. But those three teams are a combined 8-0 in league play and 17-1 overall. We're talking about the best teams in the league, and now clearly East Carolina's down a tier from those teams. And if you could find 17.5, I think that would be worth a bet.
All right. 2 up, 2 down for Glass now. What happens if you're in an accident and the other driver doesn't have insurance or not nearly enough? Suddenly you're the one stuck with medical bills, car repairs, and lost wages. That's where Lasso Injury Law steps in. Their experienced team knows the ins and outs of uninsured and underinsured motorist claims. They fight to make sure you're not left paying for someone else's mistake. Al is the best, and I counted on him when a guy ran a stop sign on me. If the worst ever happens, know that Lasso Injury Law is there for you. 702-625-8777. Consultations free. No voicemail, no runaround. Real people ready to help. Lasso Injury Law. LassoInjuryLaw.com. 702-625-8777. They fight for you.
The Brewers have to make this guy work in this game. And so, like you said, 2 outs, he's only thrown 8 pitches. So, like, draw long, make it a long at bat. Get to 3-2 counts, 3-1 counts. Have the count in your favor here if you're Milwaukee.
It's also become appointment television to see just how bad Ohtani's been. When he comes up, the guy can even get the ball out of the infield.
Right. Now, this is exactly what Contreras is doing now. Now we got a 3-1 count. There you go. More of that. Glasnow's missing the plate. Up next, Thursday Night Football. How about this? 2-9 straight up in this spot over the course of his career. Yikes. Find out who that is coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Brewers had something cooking. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, but a dribbler to third ends the inning, and that'll do it for them in the top of the first. And Ashby's going to take the mound here to begin as the opener for Milwaukee. And here your guy, Ohtani, the parade continues for him after getting on base the other night.
Yeah,
will come to the plate.
Yeah, a joke hit for Yelich, by the way. Just a dribbler that got past the mound, and that was a base hit. Incredible.
That's one reason why a lot of people hated the Brewers this year, thinking that it was unsustainable because they had so many infield hits.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of crap that, come on, how is that possible? It just barely went by Glasnow, and they couldn't come up with it in time. But also, I will say this, I don't know how to capitalize on this. Maybe if you can find, K-props in play, this home plate ump has already been very favorable to the starting pitcher.
It's a big zone.
He missed at least 2 calls already outside of the zone that he called strikes.
Big zone. So let's go under 3.5 first 5, and let's go under 7.5 for the game. But I like first 5 under better, as we're creeping with the shadows, and it'll be Miz time as well. So 3.5 under first 5, and let's eat.
Creeping Death or
Creeping Death? Whoa, what a
TLC.
song! What a song, Creeping Death. Ooh.
Okay, so Thursday Night Football tonight. Mike Tomlin, here you go. 2-9 straight up. Thursday Night Football on the road in his career.
0-6 against the division.
Yeah.
Come on, my friend.
Right.
Bengals can do this.
Yeah, I think we're kind of on the same page here tonight. I do not love the Steelers at all. It was kicked around, right? Survivor, no chance. On the road, divisional game, this team I don't think is very good.
Right.
I think they're middle of the pack at best.
The division odds will tell you that. They still think they're going to get run down by Baltimore.
That's true, yeah.
Who's 1-5. So as I said earlier, we'll find out a lot more about the Steelers coming up. They get this game, and then it's Colts, Chargers. I'm missing one. Colts, Chargers, and a difficult game coming up 3 in a row after that. But as we know, he's such a polarizing figure, especially the Steeler fans, because, yes, he wins every year, can't win a playoff game, and then, bad clock management time, some of the stuff he does with the clock, but he loses to bad teams all the time. So this would be a Tomlin special tonight, where you're favored by 5.5 in a game you're supposed to win, and a team that comes limping in on this 4-game losing streak with now another quarterback who's been outscored 79-9 in the first half of their last 4 games. It's a beautiful Tomlin special tonight. And I think Cincinnati will move the ball, and I think we could get a high-scoring game, entertaining game tonight. I think Cincinnati can win it, and I know Tomlin's concerned about Flacco because he was ticked off that the Barry and the Browns traded him to Cincinnati inside the division. Thought it was a bad move, But I think this extra week to prepare now and getting on the same page with his wide receivers, they look good in the second half against the Packers. And I think if they protect him, I think he can put up numbers and we'll get a little Flacco fever here in Cincinnati.
Let me give you some numbers from Steve Makinen, vsin.com, see if they mean anything to you at all. Aaron Rodgers since 2021, 11-13 straight up, 7-17 ATS as a single-digit road favorite. Now you combine him with Tomlin in this spot, not exactly anything to write home about.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh, 25-32 ATS as a favorite since 2018. That's to your point. Expected to beat these teams, you can't even win it outright. As a dog since the pandemic, Cincinnati 26-18 ATS. Now I know that you think it's going to be fireworks galore here. Pittsburgh is 31-9 under as a road favorite since 2014.
Well, let me just say it this way. I think both teams will have no problems moving the ball. Now, does that mean, and Miz is in the bullpen already, ready to go. So does that mean, drives could stall, though, and just, what Tomlin does. Trot him out from 60. He doesn't care with Boswell. So that could happen as well. But
you sounded a little bit like Alec Baldwin there in Glenn Ross. Oh, do I have your attention now? Good.
Yeah. But that's why you got to get on these Boswell props again, too, because you saw what he did last week, and he's gone over his prop for the 5 games. His point total is 8.5. You could go over 3.5 total field goals, but shot Boswell over 1.5 in this game as well. And there's a lot of guys.
It's going to be a double by Ohtani.
Son of a gun, he got me.
Uh-oh, is he going to...
That's going to be a triple? Oh, no.
It's a 3-bagger. Standing up, by the way.
Oh, that's a good prop bet,
Where
too.
was the right fielder?
Oh, boy.
Where are you?
Yeah.
It took him 6 minutes to track the ball down.
That's not an air dog either. That's a triple.
No, that's a That's
a good prop. Will it be a triple in the game? Will Hill had a prop. Will it be a triple in the series? I mean, that is shenanigans.
Oh, my
down
God,
the
pal.
line.
Was he stuck in traffic getting over the ball?
What happened here?
Oh, my God. You couldn't even see him on the screen.
What is he doing?
He's playing over in right center, big time.
That's
there you go. There's a gift to begin the game.
It's like 37 years ago yesterday. It's just like he flicked it. It's like a Gibson job.
Yeah.
He just flicked it over there. I don't even know how he hit it.
And there you go. See my single.
Get the Miz in.
There you
nothing. Go. Oh, boy.
Love the opener.
Okay.
And is he safe?
Boy. He's in there with a double.
All
Good hustle play. Good hustle. Brewers didn't come ready to play.
Okay, so to your point, by the way, Paul, it's not, we say this all the time, like all tickets cash the same. It doesn't matter if it's Super Bowl Sunday or a WNBA game in May, right? All tickets cash the same. You might have more money on these tickets, but whatever. You're not often going to find this anymore where books are like completely mispriced on stuff.
Yeah.
With your kicking props, again, I'm looking, when you sent me a text today and you said, get on Boswell over -125 with the 1.5 made. So I looked. The screen had some shops higher than $2.
Wow.
On that. And we're talking about some like respected offshore books here. And they're sitting here at -125.
Yeah, Caesars have been generous on some kickers.
Well, that's the Fairway stuff. He was plus 130 there for a while.
Yep. No one, other than Aubrey, no one better than Boswell. And certainly how conservative they get. Dicker's up there, too. Dicker hasn't missed a kick this year.
Well, what's he going to be now moving forward, like in really good spots?
Yeah, because there are issues in the red zone. But, again, the Fant props from 26.5 up to 29.5. The reception's over, the 5-1 anytime touchdown. And Pittsburgh also, I love how Rodgers is getting everyone involved here. Now, that kind of hurts us from a prop standpoint, even though that I'm DK Metcalf again, who's moved big time as well. The 58.5s are gone, but he's gone off the last couple games, and 8 different Steelers caught a pass in the win against Cleveland. But Darnell Washington, a little bit of Jonnu Smith, get DK involved, and Rodgers mixing it up and get that stuff out short, quick, and move the chains. And I think from a Flacco standpoint, T. Higgins over, Fant, and to really get nuts here, I think there's some problems there with Yoshivash that you can look at some guys, whether it's Sample or whether it's Tinsley, that you could see a bomb cash on an anytime touchdown out of the Bengals. Because Flacco likes to go to the tight ends, but also I think maybe Yoshivash is in the doghouse and they could go with the Penn State guy, Tinsley.
Now, did you find...
Who could come out of there. I saw 19-1 anytime and 90-1 first touchdown of the game. I have a feeling they're going to put him in there. Based on some of the stuff I'm reading, that there were some catchable balls that Yoshivash couldn't come down with and did a poor job against the Packers.
Yeah. You scoffed earlier when I said the Opta AI stats at vsin.com. They like him over by about 10 yards. Doesn't mean it's going to be a winner, but I'll give you some other ones that the Opta AI stats like tonight. They have Flacco going under by 45 yards.
45?
45.
I don't see it. They're not going to be able to run the ball. So they know what they're going to have to do, which is shotgun and spread them out and throw.
Yeah, they have, now these are small numbers, but their numbers have Samaje Perine and Chase Brown both going over their rushing yards. I
was going to ask you, do you want anything with Perine? Based on how bad Brown has been.
Potentially here. Maybe if you want to go like receptions or receiving yards over with him. Here's how bad it's been for Chase Brown in I think it's my biggest fantasy league that I'm in. It's a keeper. I'm sitting Chase Brown tonight. Now, that has not gone very well for me because I think the last time I said that on the air, I sat Mark Andrews and he had 2 touchdowns and it cost me the week. So that was not very good.
Okay.
But I don't like it. I don't like the way it's trending whatsoever. I hate the offensive line. This team's been a disaster so far. And the guys who I do like tonight, I think Gainwell, but he looked awesome 2 weeks ago against Minnesota.
Yep, he did.
And there's an angle here where he has scored the team's first touchdown now. He did it 2 weeks in a row and 2 out of the last 3 weeks now. So I think that the rushing and the receiving will be there for him. But also don't forget, like Cleveland was so good at stopping opposing running backs with the exception of Jahmyr Gibbs this year. And then last week, Warren looked really good on only, I think, 11 carries. He had more than 50 yards.
Yeah.
So that was a good sign, especially after the game that he missed. And no, I'm on Washington for sure in this game because both defenses here love the tight ends, right? It's been a big talking part for you and me now the entire year in the NFL. There are many situations where you're going to like tight ends. Tonight screams. It's just jumping off the page because the defenses on both sides have been so bad at guarding that position.
Mm-hmm. Your anytime touchdowns, Washington plus 350, Jonnu Smith plus 320, T. Higgins plus 215.
He's another disappointment, though.
Fant 5-1, Perine plus 550. Yoshi Vosh is 7-1. Fryermuth has been on a Wilt milk carton plus 650. Connor Hayward got one last week.
Oh, he did.
He's 10-1. And Samples 10-1. Our guy Ozzy took a piece of that. Jermaine Burton 20-1. And there's my Tinsley is 22-1 at DraftKings now.
Look at this.
That it?
Here comes Murphy out to the bump already.
Oh, man.
Runners on first and second. Dodgers up 1-0. Yep, there he goes. He signaled to the pen.
He's bringing a kid in.
My
come
God.
on.
Up next, we'll head to Cincinnati and talk to someone who is covering the game and ask him if he's as high on a player prop as we are tonight.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
So with 1 out, runners on first and second, and basically you got to have a game for the Brewers. They started Andy Ashby, and then their manager, the Brewers manager, who's going to win Manager of the Year probably again, said, Ashby, get out of the game right now. We're going to the kid. And he just struck out Edman. What a spot for Mizorowski to come in and face. So, but that was a terrible swing, by the way, by Edman, but great job by Miz to get out of that. And so now there are 2 outs here in the first, and the Dodgers lead the Brewers by a score of 1-0. We'll keep you abreast of that game, but right now we head out to the Progressive Guest Line. More on the Thursday night tilt between the Bengals hosting the Steelers as Jay Morrison joins the program now, Bengals beat writer for BengalsTalk.com on X @byJMorrison. It's good to talk to you again today. Jay, thanks for the time. How are you?
Oh, doing great. Looking forward to this game tonight.
Same here. We think it's sneaky good. And what do you make of the point spread, by the way? Because I want nothing to do with laying this many points with the Steelers.
No, it's crazy. I don't know where that comes from other than the Bengals haven't scored a touchdown in the first half in 4 straight games, but it did look like they found something with Flacco last week. The Steelers have been historically bad on Thursday nights. The AFC North road teams struggle on these Thursday short weeks, and even in primetime, any primetime, the AFC North home teams just seem to dominate these primetime games. So it is a very surprising line to me.
Yes, that's why I like the Bengals as well. What you mentioned, they look good in the second half against Green Bay, and also Flacco has raved about these wide receivers and how it looked like in practice the past week and getting on the same page. Is that what you're hearing as well, about how much he thinks to just throw it up to Chase and Higgins and let him make some plays?
Yeah, I mean, the whole offense is just getting used to it, getting the calls from Zach Taylor from the sideline, just that whole integration process. They didn't want to blame the unfamiliarity on the first half last week. I mean, like I said, they hadn't scored a touchdown 4 straight weeks in the first half. last week was particularly bad. They could not move the ball at all. They found something right before halftime, but I do think that's it. You've got a Jamar Chase, you've got a T. Higgins, you have an older secondary than the Steelers. I do think he's going to have to lean on them a lot. They found a little something in the run game last week too, but I don't know if it's enough they can lean on. They would like to be able to lean on it, but this is going to be a Jamar and T game for sure.
Are you expecting a big game out of Noah Fant?
Well, a bigger than normal. So Mike Gesicki, their number one tight end, is out for a while. He's on IR with a pec injury. And then Tanner Hudson, who caught a touchdown, Joe Flacco's first Bengals touchdown last week, got concussed in that game, and he's out. So Noah Fant is their number one pass-catching tight end. I do think that if the Steelers play a lot of zone, which teams tend to do against the Bengals because of Jamar and T, that he could eat that up in the middle of the field and maybe not get a lot of explosive yards, but he could get a lot of targets.
Yes.
So I brought this up earlier. Pauly and I are both betting him tonight. We have like catches over, we have yards over, anytime touchdowns as well, Jay, at like plus 450. Is there any thought here that they could use him basically being the only tight end along with Drew Sample here, but because their pass block win rate is so low and the Steelers are the Steelers still on defense, that they're going to use him to help block like guys like TJ Watt on the edge?
I mean, maybe, but that's not really his forte. He's
right.
a serviceable blocker, but if they're going to be chipping on the edge, it's going to be Sample. He is a good blocking tight end. That's basically all he offers us at tight end. Very limited as a receiver. Mm-hmm. So maybe it looks like that, where they're have Fant over there, like it looks like he's going to chip and he releases and gets a quick little hitter from Flacco, something like that. But they are going to have to slow down that pass rush because this offensive line is not good. Pittsburgh's defensive line is good, and as everyone knows, Flacco does not move that well.
Are they down on Yoshivash with what happened last week?
No, I don't think so. The week before last week, he had a career high. He had career high catches and yards, and it looked like he was really coming on. And then really unfortunate game last week with the 3 drops. If it was a trend, I could see them maybe turn into a little more Mitch Tinsley, who was the star of the preseason, kind of a surprise addition to the 53-man roster. They love everything about that guy. But I don't think one bad game is going to put Yoshi on the bench. But if he has a drop tonight, they will not hesitate to put Tinsley in there.
Okay, no hesitation. It's Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, Jay Morrison, he's live at the stadium tonight covering the Bengals and the Steelers. On the flip side, it's also, not going exactly well for the Bengals on defense. Opposing teams are getting pretty much whatever they want so far, but the Steelers aren't really that big of a threat to me. I don't know how they're 4-1, but they do this every single year. What concerns you the most about the Steelers' offense heading into this game?
I think it's DK Metcalf. The Bengals' best DBs, DJ Turner, is leading the league in PBUs this year. He's playing really well, but he's too small to match up on DK. The guy that's played him really well in the past is Cam Taylor-Britt, and he's been benched, I think, at least 4 times since this time last year. It's just been a in and out process. They were expecting him to be a guy that was really going to ascend last year, and it just hasn't happened. And he struggled again last week. He had a pass interference penalty. He had a holding penalty in the end zone. So he's their best bet. He's the most physical corner to match up against DK, but I would not be surprised to see him get benched tonight because of the way he's played recently. So that's going to be a hard matchup for whoever they put on DK because he's so big and he's so physical. And one of those things where one catch, one shook tackle, and then he could take it to the house.
Is this a game where it's going to be tight ends for both teams? If we think Fant's going to go off, the Bengals have been really bad at guarding opposing tight ends. And now, like the Steelers have both Darnell Washington and Jonnu Smith that they can throw out there.
Yeah, it could be. Last year when the Steelers came in here, it was a lot of quick game. It was a lot of Russell Wilson was just getting the ball out to the tight ends, to the running backs. Didn't really do anything down the field, and they still scored 44 points. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to that sort of game plan. Just get it out to the tight ends, get it out to the backs out of the backfield. I don't know if you're going to see a huge game from the Pittsburgh tight ends, but you're right. The Bengals, that is an area where they've struggled, and they benched their veteran linebacker, Logan Wilson, this week. They're going to be starting 2 rookie linebackers. That's a tough task. They started him last week, the 4th-round pick, Barrett Carter. The other linebacker, the 2nd-round pick, Demetrius Knight, has been starting all year, but Barrett Carter struggled last week, and they're sticking with him this week. And that is another reason to think maybe the tight ends could make some hay tonight.
Jay, have you seen the updated division odds here in the AFC North? I mean, the respect for the Ravens, I get it. Lamar's coming back, but they're 1-5. They were like around even money not that long ago, even though they're behind the Steelers by this many games.
Yeah, it's really surprising. I think it is respect for Lamar. I think it's also some disbelief in Pittsburgh. You know, we see this. You guys mentioned it before. Pittsburgh kind of starts fast, and Tomlin's one of those old school physical coaches that kind of beats him up in practice throughout the year, and they just seem to will in December and in the playoffs. And so it's crazy to think a 1-5 team can be still a legitimate contender for this division, but I still think this division's wide open.
You're a good man. You think Arby's is underrated, and you're a big concert guy. What's the last concert you saw?
So a couple weeks ago, I went to a Papa Roach concert. Great time, great band. A lot of energy. We go to a lot of different concerts. My wife and I probably go about 20 a year. So
20?
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would you pay to come out here to Las Vegas and watch at the Sphere?
Boy. We love the Foo Fighters. We've seen them a bunch. We've traveled to see them. I think they could handle the Sphere. We've probably seen Shinedown the most, but I think the Sphere might swallow them up a little bit, although they are starting to play some stadium tours. But those would probably be my two picks.
Okay. Well, Metallica might be here next year, so if that trip's your trigger, let us know. We'll go together.
That is the biggest hole on my concert resume. I somehow have never seen them. My wife's not a huge fan. I just haven't bought a ticket to go solo. I do need to see them before they wrap it up.
Oh, that's an absolute must. No question. Jay, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Enjoy the game tonight.
All right. Thanks, guys.
There you
Great
go.
job.
Jay Morrison on X, @byJMorrison, BeatWriter, You're blown away by that, huh?
That's a big upset. I didn't see that one coming.
Big concert guy, never been to Metallica.
Ooh.
But he admits
Well, the
that's,
wife, the wife can't get there. What do you, it's a tough one.
Are you okay? Like he said, though, it's always tricky. He just hasn't plunged to buy a ticket to go on his own. Have you ever been to a concert on your own? That's a weird move.
I don't think I have.
I
Movie, yes.
So have I.
Concert on my... Ooh.
I don't think I've ever been to a show by myself.
No.
Do you know? I know
I've been to
people.
a lot of concerts I have not. No.
How about this? I know people who will not eat like lunch on their own. That one blew me away.
That's surprising.
Like 20-year-olds. No, sorry, I can't do that. I can't go down and sit somewhere by myself and eat lunch. Like I did that all my entire life until I got married. That was never a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brewers got a run here against Glasgow.
Another triple.
Yeah. What'd that pay?
Yeah.
2 in the same game. So now it's 1 apiece, top of the second. And this is the bottom of the order doing damage here for the Brewers, obviously.
It was an incredible job by Miz to get out of it. I mean, it could have got away from him right then and there. He came in and struck out both guys. It was enormous.
Well, this is a big at-bat because it's the 9-hitter right now for the Brewers. Ortiz at the plate. And if Glasnow can't get him out, then we're going to go back to the very top. Now, he's got great numbers again in his career against a lot of the key guys in this Brewers lineup like we talked about, but could spell some trouble here for him.
A stupid move. It was a misplay by the left fielder. Just keep the ball in front of you. Got cute, dove, missed it, triple.
Up next, we'll run down all of our bets for tonight with our in-pocket plays. This is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're up.
1-1 last night. The Yurfie Cash plus 115, and then no home run in the game. Not even close. 8 of them. Plus 550. That's a loser, as it was home run derby. To the pending. Get ready for a big night in sports. Flacco, over 234 passing yards. The comments from Cohen, I'm with Charch. Travis Hunter to get at least 50, plus 150. Higgins over 47.5 tonight. Metcalf over 58.5. Metcalf to have 5 yards in every quarter, 4-1. Both teams to have a touchdown and a field goal in each half. 14-1. That's at Caesars. Commanders 2.5 against the Cowboys. Now no practice for McLaurin. And CeeDee Lamb will be back for Dallas, the highest total in that matchup since 1980. As that total keeps going up. Louisville plus 13.5 tomorrow. UNLV Boise over 63.5 on Saturday. Nets under 20.5 wins. Mavs under 41.5 wins. Cavs best record in the league plus 550. And then more tonight. Both teams to make a 33-yard field goal, $1.30. Steelers over 1.5 made field goals, $1.25. Tinsley, anytime touchdown, 19-1. And a good tip, read it, vsin.com. All the tickets cash the same. Jonathan Davis with his breakdown in the NHL. Montreal's going with the backup goalie today, and he's allowed the first goal in 16 of his 18 games. And it cashed already in that Detroit game where Detroit scored first and then lost 5-1. So Nashville to score first tonight, plus $1.10. There we go.
Good luck, Pauly. I had a loser with a K-prop last night. That was on Kirby. The K-prop projections at vsin.com liked him to go over quite a bit. They also liked Bieber to go over quite a bit. Didn't bet that one. He got there. Jacksonville stayed with a winner. +3. That's the kind of game that you love to have a bet on because it's like 21-0 before you could blink. It did get hairy. And once Delaware recovered that onside kick down a couple scores, I'm like, is this really going to happen? Are you kidding me? That would have been an all-timer, but they won and sprinkled a little bit on the money line with that one as well. Pending and moving forward here with the bets. On Sunday, I got the Giants +7 against the Broncos. Sunday morning in London, Rams-Jags under 45. In this game tonight, Noah Fant over 26.5 receiving yards.
Yes.
I also bet over 3.5 receptions at -110. The Steelers on the season have allowed 359 yards to tight ends. That is the 7th most in the entire league, and they have only played 5 games. So some players that have gone off against them, Arroyo and Barner combined to have a good game. Hunter Henry had 8 for 90 and 2 scores. Fannin last week, 7 for 81. So we like Fan tonight. Earlier in the week, played a teaser, Colts +7.5. Falcons +8. Kyle Shanahan's press conference today came up to the media.
You got it, Luke?
He must have rattled off 15, 20 people about who are injured.
Oh, it took forever. I know.
Limited. This guy's out. Don't know about him. We'll see him. I guess he's going to be back. But
out.
Yeah, and I'm on Boswell tonight over 1.5. -127 is the number that I got. There you go.
Go back. Boswell 4-1 to the over. First Bet and VSiN have teamed up with a special offer. Today's the final day to take advantage of it. Open and deposit new First Bet account. Get up to $250 sign-up bonus. Promo code VSiN250. Place $100 in wages within your first 30 days. You'll unlock a full year of VSiN Pro. $204 value. If you're already a subscriber, we'll extend you another year. For more info, go to VSiN.com. First.com/VSiN, rather. First.com/VSiN.
Updated numbers now in this Brewers-Dodgers game, tied at 1 apiece. And we are in the bottom of the second here. Oh, man.
Kid's got it.
Did he get a piece of that one? I guess he did, but he's throwing 102, 103 right on the edges.
Now, how long can he go? That's the question. Kid's been
phenomenal. Would they actually, that's a great question. Would he actually go 100 pitches? Can you throw him that long?
Yeah, you can.
Look at this stuff that the kid's got.
Bringing the heat.
No chance for Kiki Hernandez. He's blowing away this Dodgers lineup.
Let's go.
So the
money.
The first 5 total now 4.5. It keeps moving with every at bat. Now it's under -125.
Well, shenanigans too. I mean, this should be, the misplay by Hernandez. The Ohtani play never should have been they would have scored anyways, I guess, because Mookie had the hit.
Right.
But that shouldn't have been a triple. But I mean, you can't even see the fans because of the shadows.
Right.
So I mean, this should settle down now, and this should be hopefully 1-1 going into the 6th.
I'm looking for some live pitcher props. DraftKings has it up right now. They don't have the Miz up right now because he's pitching, but they do have Glasnow. So if you want to get involved right now in Mizrachi and take a peek at what his numbers are, once this inning ends, DraftKings will post his numbers. Right now, Glasnow to strike out 5+ Brewers is even money. Hits allowed by Glasnow. He's allowed a couple already. 6+ is -105.
Outs 15.5, under -190.
Yeah. I was also going to have Vladimir Guerrero to draw a walk in pocket as well, but that bad boy has dropped a good 30 cents since this morning. So it was plus in the 130 neighborhood. Now it's around even money. And Pa has got a hold of that one to right field, but that's going to be out. Okay. Foul ball.
No harm there. It's okay. Yeah.
Well, obstructed view here, Paul, so I don't have everything. And also, it's kind of like the sun's in my eyes as well. Much like the Brewers here trying to track down that ball. That was catchable, I think, actually.
Yep, I'm waiting here. You're right. I just got to put this guy away, then we can get the updated numbers on Miz. I'm with you. See what they're going to do here. Got to get this inning over. This is big. Any more thought? This is a fun night.
Well, so you asked me when we did Reeler Fugazi yesterday on the show, you said the Bengals have a little bit of life.
If they get this one tonight, yes.
For sure.
Based on the second half against the Packers, and right, I agree with Jay. You're going to throw everything at them tonight. Season on the line, got to have it.
And by life, you meant to go over a win total of like 5.5.
Yeah, and also make it interesting. Because you have the talent on the offensive side of the ball. Big loss with Hendrickson out tonight. You probably might. I would trade him. I mean, I love the talk about Detroit or San Francisco. I would absolutely do that. But you have the weapons, and certainly I think it's going to look good with Flacco tonight. And then you can't say in this division anything could be possible.
By the way, here's how bad the shadows are right now. There was a liner to the third base side, and at real time, I couldn't even see the third baseman. Now, that was... Pa has beat it out, so he's on first now. That's how strong the shadows are right now. I couldn't even see where the third baseman was at. And you had a play under the total for the first 5, I think, right? You said in the first inning?
Yeah, 3.5.
What happens, by the way, here's one. What happens to the division numbers here if the Bengals win the game tonight?
Right. Good point.
Ravens are on a bye.
That's right. No respect for Pittsburgh right now.
I wonder if will they become co-favorites with the Steelers at that point? And I also thought of this because Paul Charchian brought this up earlier in the show. And his breakdown of tonight's game, awesome. Again, if you missed it, you can go back and listen to the Follow the Money podcast. He pointed out that Rodgers is playing pretty well, right? Which he is. And he said before the year, like, this is it. He's not going to come back. He's done. What if he puts together a pretty solid season? Does he change his mind?
Absolutely. That's not crazy. I mean, wouldn't he follow in the footsteps of Favre, too? His ex-teammate?
Pretty much.
Who would do to change his mind when they sent the plane in the air and what he was doing.
And I will say...
Put the Miz up now. Put the Miz.
If they actually get to the playoffs this year, which right now looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe they can actually win a game because behind the teams named Kansas City and, Buffalo, and I don't even know how great those teams are overall, like compared to previous years, maybe the competition is going to be beatable for them this season. And they can actually get Tomlin another playoff win for the first time in almost a decade.
So they win this, they're 5-1, obviously. And then here's what I was talking about. It's Green Bay at home on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Then it's the Colts at home. And then they go to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. And the last time they went there, Phillip Rivers had to use a silent snap count.
And the same thing will happen in this game.
The same thing will happen in that game. And then you get the Bengals again and the Bears. So a lot of winnable games, but also you got some playoff contenders coming up too. And we'll see where they're at. But as I've been saying the whole show, and Steeler fans know this is the game Tomlin loses. And he did it last year in the same spot. They went to Cleveland and lost on a Thursday night in the snow.
Again, 2-9 in his career on the road, Thursday Night Football. That's straight up. Not against the spread. And they were minus 230 on the money line in that game Pauly just talked about. Divisional game on the road, never easy. The key here to the game is the protection for Joe Flacco, in my opinion.
Yep.
Because if
agree.
If he's going to be under duress the entire time, their chances to win this game are probably not very great. But if they can help him out a little bit and protect, he'll get the ball to Chase. He'll get the ball to Fant, Higgins, and they can move the ball, I believe. If the Jets could do it in week 1.
There it is.
Other teams can do it against the Steelers,
Seattle 8-2. I know there was a special teams gaffe, but you can move it on them, no doubt.
All right, stay tuned. We're hanging out for another half an hour. We'll go even deeper into this Thursday night game with Tim Murray, Matt Ewins on VSiN Primetime coming up next.